Well, after a very poor first half display, the second half was much better for Liverpool against Yokohama Marinos. And with all the tsunami warnings and stuff, thankfully everything went ahead as scheduled. Where's his dickhead going? Pay attention, bruv. It could have been worse. It could have been bad. I wouldn't say a disaster because it's a friendly game after all, so I wouldn't have read too much into it thinking, well, it's only a friendly game, who gives a shit. But going out on top in any game is always good. Going behind 1-0 and then equalising from a lovely goal from Florian Wirtz. Florian, oh out there, Florian. Friendly game. Rivals and haters alike were doing the 007s already. It's like they were doing 001 for Ekatike and 003 for Wirtz, and it's like, well, you can't do that anymore. So win your 003 because the man's bagged himself a goal and technically got himself a couple of assists against Stoke if you want to count all friendly games. So have that. In saying that, first half rubbish. Defensively, we still look a bit all over the place. Maybe the wingers pushing forward a bit. Kirkez needs to just relax. The Eastern European in him, the Magyar, the Hungarian, just like relax, brother. You don't have to bulldog for every ball, bro. Just chill. But I like his tenacity. Apart from that, first half, whatever. Salah putting 2 balls on plates for Gakpo and for Szoboslai, fluffed their lines, and nothing came of it. However, second half much better. And when you saw Darwin come on, you're thinking, okay, maybe Darwin's going to do something. Nope. First opportunity, ball comes across. Instead of nestling it into the back of the net, he hits it wide. And you're like, that's the Darwin we know. That's the Darwin we all know and love to hate, or hate to love, and whatever it is. So, yeah, not great. But then Nyoni comes on for Florian Wirtz. Frimpong comes on as well. And then Frimpong puts in a beauty of a ball, and Nyoni just sticks a leg out and into the back of the net he goes. That's 2-1. And Frimpong had a good showing. And then Rio and Gakpo come on as well. And Rio tore it up. And I'm not going to do a Max Dowman prop like Arsenal fans are, like, wow, best 15-year-old I've ever seen. Oh, my God, and all that sort of shit. But for a 16, soon-to-be 17-year-old, is looking good since we first saw him. Excuse me. Last season, breakthrough. That pitch was dog shit. That pitch was crap. So for him to be able to move the ball the way he did and do all these little flicks and tricks and get past defenders and whatnot, not a bad showing at all, and bagged himself a lovely goal. Nice little interplay on that left side there. So it was nice to see. I think Simicas come on at some point as well, and with Curtis Jones in the midfield, McAllister. And I was on Hassam's TV Fun stream. It's a joke, by the way. At halftime, and I said, look, you know, the experienced players, the ones who've been with the squad for a year or two now, they'll come on in the second half, and they're probably more established and will, you know, they're more familiar with the way Liverpool play as opposed to the new guys. And look, maybe some of these rivals who are saying Liverpool have to find a new way to play and adapt and all this sort of stuff, maybe they've got a point. But you can see McAllister on the pitch and Jones stabilising things a little bit. And Jones, I think he stole the ball away for that first goal from Florian, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's a bit of something in that midfield. It was nice to see. And yeah, Frimpong and Rio second half standouts. McAllister as well doing well. Marmadashvilli starting this game due to Alisson's absence. Looks a little bit shaky. Maybe that's nerves. Again, we'll wait and see what happens. But in saying that, all in all, not a bad second half performance. First half was rubbish. Second half much better. And Ekatike, he's got the frame of a former Liverpool player in David Ngog, or Ngo as many called him. If you remember David Ngog, you have been through the worst of the worst. Imagine watching Liverpool with a starting front three or front two of David Ngog, Milan Jovanovic and Joe Cole post Chelsea. Yeah, tough times, man. Those were some tough times. But all in all, decent. I'm not going to make too much of it because friendly games, but what you see on the pitch is what you want to really be speaking about, and it's nice to see Rio take that left flank and somewhat be the stand-up performer so far in these games. There's still, 1 or 2 games left against Athletic Bilbao in, 5 days' time or something. So wait and see what happens there. In terms of the rest of the squad, everyone's still getting back up to scratch. Obviously, we know Jones is out with his Achilles injury. We also know that we are probably needing a centre back. And the whole Isak thing as well, the Isak situation, apparently 120 plus add-ons is what's going to get the job done, but Newcastle want to try and get Sesko done first, but United are looking to hijack Sesko instead of Watkins. Again, there's all these rumours floating around. So who actually knows what's going on there? If Newcastle were to land Sesko and say, yes, deal agreed in place, here we go, and all that good shit, then maybe you might see Newcastle move forward with the sale of Isak to Liverpool. But it's all ifs, buts and maybes so far. We shall see what happens. But that's pretty much it there. 3-1 away to Yokohama in Japan for the Reds. Nice showings from Wirtz. Got man of the match somehow, I don't know, but whatever. Wirtz, Salah, of course, Szoboslai doing the dog work, and then you also see Rio and Frimpong in the second half with cameos from McAllister and Nyoni as well. So not bad, not bad. Here's to a bit of a break and some good games this morning for me. I think Manchester United take on, who is it, Bournemouth or someone? I can't remember who it is. Someone, West Ham versus Everton or some shit like that. So yeah, some good games ahead. So peace out everybody. Have yourselves a lovely day.